What's up, guys? So we're back. Another video. So haven't posted in the past 2 weeks when it comes to my Media Mondays, but we're gonna be back on that grind. Been doing some other stuff, so be sure to check out the other stuff on the channel. I'm doing some fun things with my friends. I'm kind of taking a little break from some of the political stuff, but I should have a video this week on that. But let's get into the Media Monday article I have here, and I think it definitely ties in well with the times that we have going on with the pandemic and all that jazz going on. So today's article, we're going to be going back to Medium, obviously because it's Media Monday, and we're going to be looking at the article how to start earning 10 times more money in the next 30 days. So if you're trying to make some quick bucks, then this may be the article for you. So this guy's name's Anthony Moore. He says, if you want a $1% raise, you might be able to get it. If you want 100% or even 1,000% raise, you're going to have to retool your entire mindset altogether. I've seen my money increase by literally 1,000%, and it wasn't at my old corporate job. It was my personal business where I helped real people with real problems, which is one of the best ways there is to make money. All right. See, I've been running for 7 years, and I'd made $40 in the first 4.5 years. But year 5, everything changed. After some mindset shifts, my business and life changed. My readers and opportunities spike. I made $45,000. $4,500 in 1 month. Better yet, it was consistent. Consistency is always key when you're looking at launching something. But I digress. From month to month, I was seeing 10 times, 100 times, and even 1K times increase across the board. It's possible to make that kind of money, but if you want to make 10 times more by next month, you need to start charging 10 times more for your services. All right. And if you're charging 10 times more, you better be able to back that up, which forces an important ultimatum on yourself. Get better or go broke. And that changes everything. If you change your life, it can change your family's life. I'm not being cute about that. I'm dead serious. It changed my family's life. All right, well, that's pretty good for him. See, making a few $100 probably won't change that much your life. I agree. Making a few $1,000, real money. For many of us, that's total life-changing money. Want to make 10x your money? 10 times your fee. Here's how. So how to start charging 10 times more in just a few weeks. All right, so he says, how do you do it? You can look someone in the eye unblinkingly, ask for 10 times more than you just did. What will happen to your customers, your readers, your followers when you suddenly jump into a much higher tier than before? The answer is in a key pivot with your business. Stop selling products and start selling offers. All right, I'm interested to see what he means by this. A product is a thing, an iPhone, a cheeseburger, a book. It's usually being sold by other people too, usually for around the same price. There's not much difference in your product as a whole and someone else's. So differentiation, what's your niche in the market, even if you're doing something that everyone does, is probably what he's alluding to here. An offer, on the other hand, is a bundle of cohesive products that solve a larger problem and provide a greater solution. An offer is also highly unique and allows for you to infuse far more personality, value, and thought into it. So he has the examples, iPhone, cheeseburger, books. So example of offers for those things. So for iPhone, you could offer a 60-minute video training service on how to use an iPhone, a PDF revealing secret features, and an ebook on the best ways to use your iPhone to be productive. If you have a cheeseburger, you have a cheeseburger, fries, and large Coke. And if you have a book, it's a book, an e-copy, an audio copy, and a matching workbook. Are all obviously cohesive bundles, like he said. People buy two things, products or offers. If they buy products, it's usually because it was the cheapest, easiest, and most convenient. That's a losing battle if you're the one selling, because you always have to lower costs to stay competitive. People don't want to be spending more for something at a lesser cost. So that makes sense. But when people buy offers, it's because the seller took the time and energy to figure out exactly what their audience needed and came up with a truly helpful answer to the problems. As Russell Conwell now said in his famous Acre of Diamonds speech over a century ago, I have no clue who that guy is. You must first know the demand. You must first know what people need, and then invest yourself where you're most needed. So you have to get your persona, your people who are going to buy the thing, and you have to know what they need before you even start going and making that offer or bundle or product, like he said. To start charging 10 times by next month, you need to stop selling products and start selling offers. So he's reiterating his key point. You can get a great offer by figuring out what people need and giving them that. Doesn't take too long. It's simple. And there's some obvious companion prices you can add to your product to make it a real offer. What are? Here's a personal example. Years ago, I was trying to sell an online course about productivity for very cheap, like $20. A few people bought it, but it wasn't nowhere near the kind of money I was hoping for. So I turned the course, a product, into a full blown offer. I included a coach call, email support, PDFs, interviews with professionals, additional trainings, and a mastermind group. Then I raised the price to be 10K higher. I got way more sales at a higher price. It completely changed my life, and I'm not being sarcastic. If you make an extra $100 or $200, not going to change your life, but you make an extra $1 or $2,000, that can change everything. It can open your mind to consider new ideas. What if you 10x that money? What if you start charging 100x? What would your life look like then? 10x your prices, everything else will follow. Either you'll make no money initially and be forced to become better at your craft, or you'll start making 10 times more money. Win win. Maybe a little bit of oversimplification, but I get his point there. Um, Here's what happens when you have a very expensive product. Let's say you're used to selling basic courses or books. Your average sale is around $20. What happens when you have an offer priced at $2,000? Suddenly, your user sales report looks like chump change. You start to ask yourself, what if I actually made that kind of money? Your mind begins to operate on a higher level, begins subconsciously thinking of new products and services that match the very expensive price. The effects begin spreading to the rest of your business and your mindset. Your income skyrockets because now you're selling expensive things. When you have a really expensive offer that's actually worth it, that will change you. When you can tell someone you have a coaching package that costs $2,000, that means something because people will look at you differently. You'll look at yourself differently. Kyle Mannard is the first quadruple amputee to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. He's an award-winning MMA fighter and owns a chain gym. No excuses gym. In his words, the worst advice ever been given was to not increase the fee I charge to give a keynote speech. I decided to raise my price anyway. Now I have twice as many inquiries and people even negotiate with me less. I wish I'd done it earlier. So knowing your worth, knowing your value, is obviously key to setting your prices. Raise your prices. It will positively affect your product, services, and your own mindset. Let's pretend I just became your number one fan. I'm hooked. I'm ready to buy right now. What's the most expensive I could buy from you? $50? Maybe $100? If you don't have big ticket items and only selling low price products, how do you expect to earn a serious income? It's pretty true. If you want big money, you need to sell big things. Either you're selling things but making relatively little money, or you're not selling anything and making no money at all. Part of the problem is that many entrepreneurs simply aren't thinking big enough. As Dr. David Schwartz once wrote, success is determined not so much by the size of one's brain as it is by the size of one's thinking. Deep down, if you don't believe you're the kind of person who can make $1,000,000 a year, you certainly won't be making that kind of money. It's time to upgrade your mindset and your products. Stop trying to market low-priced products everyone around you is trying to market. Increase your prices and upgrade your products into high-level offers. A lot of people focus on the wrong parts of their business: marketing, advertising, redesigning their website, getting into search engine ranks. None of that matters if your product is bad. I'd argue he probably means offer as well there. Even if you manage to succeed with making a relatively small amount of money, you don't have a long time in this life. Spend it on making truly valuable things that are worth the big price tag. If you're reading this from behind the desk at your corporate job or the desk in your college house, you're probably not going to get a 10K raise from your boss next month. You can try, tell me how it goes. But if you're someone who's willing to spend time learning what people want, what their problems are, and then create an offer with a great solution for them, you can make 10 times what you're making. If you keep at that, you can make 10 times that money. Raise your prices, do the legwork to actually back that up, sell offers, not products. If you want to become extraordinary, become 10 times more effective than you were before, check out my checklist. So yeah, pretty interesting take from this guy. what's his name again? Andrew Morrison and Anthony Moore. So yeah, my thoughts on this, just in a nutshell, I guess, is you got to know your worth and what you have, and the better product or offer, like he liked to use, that you have, the better you can price point at a higher position. And I do agree with him the fact that if you're only selling low level things, which anyone can do, you're not really providing much like niche value or a specialization. What's the word I'm looking for? Like you don't have what sets you apart, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, from a business standpoint, and that's something you need. Having higher prices probably means you've invested a lot of time and effort into making that something that people value, and you can go ahead and price at a point where people need to be paying that price in order for you to give them that offer or product. So I do agree with a lot of his sentiments here. Obviously, not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. Not everyone can do these things in order to make 10 times more money. And I think the headline 10 times, even if you're making 2 times, 4 times, but yeah, going from making just a couple hundred and maybe a couple thousand, $2,000 extra is definitely key, especially in these kind of times. So just I guess think about the things that you're doing in your life and things you want to monetize on, and see how you can develop on those further, and really have a reasoning for them being 10 times. And like he said in the article, having 10 times more money or making 10 times more money, just setting your price 10 times, A, either you're going to have to put in the work to make sure it's worth that, or B, it's already worth that and people will pay that price. So, yeah, so again, that's from Anthony Moore. You can check him out on Medium. So that's all I have for this Medium Monday, guys. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will be sure to be back next week with another article from medium.com.